Welcome to Ripto. Well, hello everyone. So before I pop up today's agenda just here, I must say that everything you see in this video is not financial advice. I'm no financial advisor. This bad boy is here for your educational purposes only. But before you also dive straight in, make sure you're to hit that like button, smash that subscribe bar and tickle that bell notification, as it really helps the channel and keeps me bringing awesome content for every single one of you. So without further ado, So today we're going to go through the rundown of what is FEG. We're going to go a little bit of information about what is actual FEG token. Then we're going to have a look at the FEG's price on CoinGecko to see what the price is saying and see if FEG is sustaining its big dominance in the alt token market. Then we're going to have a look at FEG's website. As you know, on Ripto, we like to see if there's a great website, a great team and a lot of fundamentals behind the project. Then we're going to go into FEG Socials, because everyone that invests in tokens, coins, be it what it is, you know that for that token to do well, there needs to be a lot of hype around it. And if there's a lot of hype, then obviously a lot of people are buying into that. So we need to see what's happening with the socials. Is the accounts any good? And is the hype behind that? Then we go into FEG's all-important price action. Now, you know, if you've been on this channel before or if you're brand new to this channel, I like to leave the price action till last, because that's the most important part to see what is happening with the price. Is it good or is it bad? We are to see what is happening in the price action and if there's money to be made in them damn price charts. Then we'll do a final roundup just to let you know a recap of what we've covered in today's video. So you can leave this knowing that you've learned a whole lot about FEG token, and then you can pop away, do a little bit of your own research and see if it's something you want to invest. Without further ado, let's jump straight into what is FEG. So what is FEG? Well, we've jumped straight over onto a part of FEG website that explains exactly what the FEG token is and explains how the hyper-deflationary token is about to succeed. So we'll just quickly run through some of the information that's flown out there. So it's saying that the main idea behind the FEG token is to provide the decentralized transaction network. So obviously FEG is looking to be a kind of decentralized DeFi exchange with operations in the Ethereum blockchain and the Binance Smart Chain. So this is trying to look at both aspects. It's trying to capture the Ethereum market and the Binance market, which in my opinion is very clever. And I like the way that FEG's done this. But you leave a comment below and let me know what you think, whether you're an Ethereum hardcore fan or you're a Binance hardcore fan, or you like the idea of having something that deals with both in one place. Here we go on to saying the FEG model is a hyper-deflationary token with a maximum circulating supply of 100 quadrillion. Now, wow, this FEG token is out there in supply. On the both Ethereum blockchain and the Binance Smart Chain. It involves inaccessible burn wallet. So obviously, although they've got that much tokens out there, they are saying that they're going to start a burn wallet, which is depending on each of the holders' percentage of ownership. A 2% transaction tax is distributed amongst the holders. For instance, if you're doing $100, it's going to cost you $2. If you're doing $1,000, it's going to cost you $20, etc. That's pretty much what he's saying here, which is essentially a holder that collects more tokens over the time of transactions occur. As the circulating supply decreases, the scarcity of the token increases. So it's just saying, obviously, as the token increases, the more the scarcity of, because the more transactions that happen, the more burn of the token. So they're trying to do the right thing there. You can see they're trying to, you know, make it rewarding for the holders and the people that do the transactions. So the more transactions, the more holders, then the more they burn of the token. So it becomes more profitable to hold the FEG token. So that pretty much in a nutshell covers what the FEG token is, a hyper-deflationary DeFi token. So now we're going to jump into FEG's price. Now, this is not price action. We're not going to go into the technicals in the charts. That's at the end. And that's where the juicy stuff is. but we just need an overview of what the price action is. What is the consensus in the market? Is the percentage in the last 24 hours up and down? Is the percentage in the last 27 days looking nice and healthy? So let's jump over to CoinGecko and have a look at exactly what FEG's price. Boom. So straight onto CoinGecko, and as you can see, FEG's price action at the moment is looking a little bit down. But please don't let that deter you. And I feel like I have to be fair to the FEG token and the holders here, that a lot of the alt tokens and the altcoins are seeing a little bit of a downturn at the moment because there was a little hit on Bitcoin and Ethereum. So this is inevitably dragged the prices down. So don't think this is unique to FEG. There is a lot of main coins that may be doing a pump and a dump, but the general consensus in the market at the moment is that a few of these tokens are actually down and in the last 7 days. Now, just a rough overview here that you can see that FEG is taking a little bit of a downturn. Now, so people look at this and it's a very narrative chart. And the reason I say that is because it's just giving you a small, broad picture of what the price is, when you really need to zoom out and look at the overview and see what exactly it is happening to FEG's price. Is this a top going down a little bit? Is it a bottom going down a little bit? We don't know until we look at the all important price action at the end. And I feel when we review these tokens, and by the way, I must emphasize that I am not affiliated with FEG. I've not even spoke to anyone at FEG at this moment in time, so I'm not promoting or shilling this coin. This is purely born out the fact that a lot of people have reached out to me on the socials and on the website and asked me what is happening with FEG and is it worth investing. Now, I cannot give financial advice. All I can do is deep dive in and see what is happening with the price chart. Now, this doesn't look that bad to me at all. It looks like it's had a bit of a drop in price, but then it looks like it's been brought back up. If I scroll up a bit here, you can see on this sort of basic MACD that it's climbing a little bit, and there has been a bit of buying power in there. So now we've had a look at FEG's price percentage and we've had a little bit of fundamentals on FEG. Just before I leave CoinGecko though, I'm just going to shoot down to the bottom and see this is FEG's Ethereum pairing, and as we can see, I owe it to my community on my channel, and hopefully you're watching this, that there has been a little bit of an issue with our Hotbit exchange that's been selling this. And I'm going to put this up here because not a lot of people know this. And if I hover over this, it says Hotbit suffered a cybersecurity attack leading to a compromised database and servers. If you are a user of Hotbit, please refer to their website. So please, if you've ever used Hotbit or you hold any FEG token out of Hotbit or anything in Hotbit for that matter, please check your account, dive over to their website and get some information on that, because your crypto could be in jeopardy. And I hate everyone that knows my channel and my community. This whole channel is built to stop the newbies to crypto, the small man getting ripped off or manipulated by whales or diving in willy-nilly. So when I see things like this happen, I absolutely hate it and will scream from the rooftops to protect my community, my friends, my followers, and every genuine person within crypto. So if we just scroll back up now, we're going to dive straight into FEG's website. And this is not me going to read too much off FEG website. I'm going to look at how they've designed it, what they've designed on it, and if it is a good website or not. Because 9 times out of 10, and especially with the main coins, you get a token that has not really thought about its website and has rushed it out there. And especially with a lot of the pump and dump tokens. Now, initial landing does look good. It does look like FEG has put a lot of work and effort into this website. Now, we're going to have a look at a few things. So it tells you all about what FEGJEX is. So that's sort of like an offering. So it's an all-in-one exchange. So it just tells you about one of the functions and features of FEG coin. Then you've got FEG Track, FEG Track, which is, again, you can track your rewards. It's a little app on there that you can interact and see what it is you're tracking on the FEG. I've not used it myself, so I can't recommend it, but I also think it's a cool little feature. And if FEG weren't genuine or sincere, they wouldn't be offering that much development where they're building apps for their user base, which to me is a big tick in the box for FEG. Obviously, FEG has got a roadmap, which is great. You know, we like to see put a roadmap in, but what I like about FEG's roadmap is it is absolutely huge. If we just go to what they've already done, I won't read them all out because there's just a vast array of what they've actually achieved. But if you have a look here, you've got the design, the creation, the Uniswap, we've got the NFT sales, we've got the audit, Solidity Finance, we've got the partnership, they've got also done all their marketing. And now they're putting on to what they're currently going through. So they're trying to be as transparent as they can. So then they've got here, we've got the shop version 2, they've got the stats, the charts, the smart swap, the smart DeFi, and also I believe there's a lot of stuff coming out with this smart swap stuff and the direct swap functionality. But obviously that's in the making. They're probably working as hard as they can on it. And that brings us on to what's happening in the future. Now, obviously in the future, they're looking to upgrade a lot of their stuff that they're doing. They're going on the JEX pairing listing, so they're trying to put more pairings on their exchange. They're redesigning the user interface, so they'll put a lot more effort into that. So if I just quickly briefly touch on that, what I think that is they're saying they're doing is they're pumping a lot of resource into the back end and development. Once they've got all the cogs and the engine and all the fundamentals built, they'll start putting a nice bodywork on it, which is the user interface, which is the right thing to do in my opinion. You know, FEG have pretty got it nailed there. So then they'll say they've got continuous improvements of the FEG token ecosystem, which is nice to see. You know, they're not going to just get it out there, get your money and forget about everything. There's also a comprehensive documents and audits, and I like this. This is what I like from tokens. They're trying to be transparent. They've got they've called it a light paper because they probably want to do a little bit more. They've got their audit findings, which is really transparent for people to see on what the combined market cap is straight up front and straight off the bat. They've also put on there what's being burnt on each platform. So Ethereum's getting this much burn and Binance Smart Chain's getting this much burn. Obviously this is showing at the moment people are probably trading more on Ethereum, so the circulating supply is a little bit less. So now we're going to jump into the socials, and I'm going to keep this really quick. So we're just going to look literally at FEG's Twitter. Now they've put a lot of effort into this Twitter. They're verified, so you know they're sticking around. They've got nearly 190,000 followers. So this is the bit where I say it's important that their marketing team are pumping it out there, you know, and this brings me into what FEG have been doing. They had an actual, I think it was like a 7-day campaign in Times Square where they had the main billboard showing that the FEG token and the FEG decentralized finance. Here it is. If you just have a quick look at the screen there. I mean, this is a momentous, this must have cost an absolute fortune, but this is money well spent. That's not money they're keeping for themselves or they're pocketing. They're putting it out there to promote it for people that have invested in this coin to get recognition. And this is what can sometimes move price action. But not only that, they've also got their own FEG tour bus tearing around the country, you know, promoting FEG, making like awareness. Now, this is not just good for people that are invested in FEG. This is good for the crypto in general, because this is getting DeFi out there. And if any of you are veterans in crypto, I know a lot of you are new on my channel, but anyone who's veteran in crypto will know this year, 2021, has been a massive DeFi year. It has been the year for DeFi. So for FEG to be tearing around with a tour bus, putting billboards on Times Square, this is a massive tick in the box, not only for FEG, but for crypto in general. So we have to give a virtual high five there to FEG for putting this kind of, pumping this kind of money in and putting this kind of info out there to the mass majority of the public that want to get to know what crypto is and what's on offer in crypto. So now we've gone through most of that and we've gone quickly through FEG's Twitter account. I mean, you could pop over there and have a quick look at that Twitter and get a lot more information, and it does tell you a little bit about what's going on with FEG there. But now we're going to jump into the moment you've probably all been waiting for, and probably the most important bit in this FEG review is price action. Let's have a look what the price charts are. We're going to jump first into the Ethereum and then into the Binance Smart Chain. Now this is going to cut straight into FEG's Ethereum price chart. But the reason I've done that is to set this up so I can give you a massive broad transparency of the price action within FEG and what's happened since its big blow off peak when it really found volume way back in May, when obviously everything was going to all-time highs. And I'll tell you about why it crashed down from FEG and how FEG sort of plateaued out and traded sideways. So I'll keep this pretty simple, opium free. Now, obviously, I'll just drag this up a little bit. There was a lot of volume came in here. You can see this is where FEG really hit the promotion, and it was pretty much dead in the water all the way down here. And then FEG shot up, obviously, as everything did. So it had a big rally. It pumped all the way up. It dumped down. It pumped up. And this is what happens when something comes out and sort of hits the market hard. The bots and everyone pump it all the way up, the investors, everything, and then they dump on the market. Then people were lucky enough to have a second bite of the cherry here, where FEG went to an even higher high. So if you traded in this coin at the very beginning there and brought at the bottom here and sold out at the top there, you would be an absolute minted kachinga person. When a coin pump and dumps like this at the beginning, it's because it's bot traded, because it's like got a lot of people buying in, selling out to make a quick buck. What happens is the price falls all the way down and it finds a bottom. Now, I've done a video on this before about how you make money on these coins, new coins to market, and you have to wait till it finds a bottom. Now, took a relief rally up, got some momentum, and then dumped again. It's been on a decline ever since. Now, this is nothing to be alarmed about, because all this is saying to us is that the market's settling down, the sellers are sort of gone now, and everyone that's buying FEG around these prices here is in it for the long term. Because I have to say, you are probably pretty much buying FEG at the bottom, because if you have a look at its all low bottom here since it had a pump, it is exactly where it touched pretty much recently. So you're buying FEG now at prices that were back in like May. So you could say you're still an early adapter to FEG. Now, obviously, like I said, I'm not shilling FEG or anything like this. I'm literally just giving you facts and stats. And this is what I'm saying. This FEG coin is absolutely prime for some more research and knowledge, because after looking at this myself, I am bullish on FEG. So when we start seeing another sort of alt season and more blow off top, and probably towards the end of the year, we start seeing a bit more to the upside, DeFi is in flavor. FEG Token have got absolutely banging marketing and fundamentals and such stability. And the reason that they're doing marketing, because they're an exchange, right? And an exchange is only going to thrive the more people that use it and the more people that are on that exchange. So that's why they're marketing it hard. And as we've seen with Pancake Swap, Sushi Swap, 1inch, etc., and stuff like that, and Uniswap, these exchanges, when they get in, when DeFi sort of hits, they blow up, and they blow up hard. So can you imagine being an early adapter to FEG, buying in around at these prices, DeFi coming back into flavor at the end of the year, and this pumping up to these kind of highs here? Probably guessing that that's probably about, from prices down here, that's probably like a 50x, probably even more. Probably this is going to be a 100x coin, which is mad, which is absolutely beggars belief to see. Now, this is probably why people are favouring Ethereum quite a bit. But, I mean, the facts and stats are there for you to see. Leave a comment below if you feel otherwise, or you think different about how this price chart's looking. But for me, it's absolutely tip top. And I think we're seeing FEG hit that bottoming out phase, because even when FEG was not interesting and it was pretty much dead in the water, it wasn't that far from where it is now. So when FEG pops, if you're an early investor now and you're willing to take that risk, you could be rewarded greatly. So now we've seen that, we're going to jump straight into FEG's chart of Binance. And here we go. This is a little more subtle and dirty, because obviously we're on a daily time frame here, but exactly same things happening. That's why I'm just going to touch on this briefly. Even if you buy in the Binance world and you prefer the BSC because of the fees and the easiness to use with the pancakes and stuff like that, or with FEG, you can see here it's just done exactly the same thing. It shot up, It went back down. The selling's gone. The price action is pretty much, if you have a look there and you have a look here, the price action is pretty much the same. And now it's bottoming out to the prices that were all the way back in May. So for me, this is a sleeping giant, in my opinion. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm purely doing this for my newbies, my community, and my loyal fans, that I dig into this stuff and I dive into this stuff so you don't have to. And for me, this is absolutely one to watch, and I am excited about FEG. Obviously, like I said, I'm not shilling it. I'm not working for them or anything like that. I wish I was getting paid for them, because obviously I've done a lot of diving and fundamentals in there, but I'm not. And I wouldn't do it. If I was, I would tell the community straight up front, because I'm transparent like that. But if you have a look at this price chart, FEG is ready, and it's a sleeping giant. So if you're adverse to a bit of risk and you're happy with, you know, just biding your time towards the end of the year, when I think the alt season's going to come in toward the end of this year, beginning of next, you could be looking at some proper, going from beans on toast to proper steak lobster dinners. This is lobster roll dinners material. So I hope you found that price action pretty much informative. I hope you enjoyed it. So jumping into this fund down, we covered at the beginning, what is FEG, what is the token. There was a bit of information on the website that told us all about that. Then we went on to FEG's price on CoinGecko to look at the price percentage to see there has been a little bit of a dip, but it wasn't that much really to worry about, because obviously a lot of the alt market, especially in the NFTs and DeFi space, has taken a little bit of tumble at the moment. Then we shot over to FEG's website, which for me was an absolute banging website. It was full of information. I truly advise you to jump over there and have a look for yourself and really see what FEG are doing and got in there. Then we went on to FEG Socials. We only covered a little bit of Twitter, but it was informative. It did tell us a little bit about what's going on, and it does look transparent. And also it is a massive verified website, so it looks like they're here for the long run. Then we jumped into FEG's price action. We looked at Ethereum and BSC, and we seen the price action was looking quite healthy. It is on the downtrend. It had a bit of a pump and dump, but for me, FEG has pretty much found its bottom. So he's a sleeping giant waiting to pump to them 50, 100, even who knows with exchanges in DeFi space. If we have a blow off alt market, could be 1000x. So boom, I will take a breath now. But if you've stayed with me till the end, appreciate it. And as always, I really love my loyal fans, and I'm glad you brought this one to my attention and you reached out there for me to sort of review this. But as always, we say on this channel, trade safe, trade smart, and don't get rich.